Hey guys, it's Stacy and I want to talk Facebook and a little bit of social media strategy with you today. The rule of thumb when you're starting your coaching business is to pick two social media platforms, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram's really big right now, but I have to say that Facebook still is where the majority of my business comes from. And so it's a huge part of my business. So I want to share my best practices with you, and I'm going to give you some really good tips. So make sure to write these down, get a pen and paper really fast, because it's one thing to hear it, it's another thing to write it down and to implement it. And a plan without action is not really a plan at all. So make sure first that your public settings, that your settings are set to public. If you are only posting to your friends or friends of friends, it's not going to serve your business. So go through to your settings, make sure that you have that set to public. If there are posts that you would like people not to see, you can, when you go to post it, you can click share with everyone except, and then you can put someone's name in there or a few people's names in there. So there are ways to change it up based on the post, but just make sure that if you have made a post only to your friends, that the next time you post, if it's about business, then you are going to set it to public. Now, I post everything to public because I want people to know me on all levels of who I am, so that they can know, like, and trust me. That is our main goal, so that people feel comfortable enough to join us. So the first thing is really boring: consistency. Consistency always wins with social media. You need to remember that only 7% of people see your posts. You're gonna think that when you're sharing something, everyone and their brother's gonna see it. Not true. Facebook has algorithms. Instagram has algorithms, and they show they're not chronological. Then not everybody sees everything. The people that are commenting and liking on your post, they will see your stuff more, but not even all the time. And so it's really interesting how that happens. So I want you to get that fear out of your head that you're going to, bug people or push people away or be salesy. The more you focus on those negative limiting beliefs, the more it's going to hold you and your business back. So whenever you think that thought, just remember that people's opinions don't pay your bills, and that if they prefer not to see your posts because for some reason they're not going to want to, but if they do, then they can unfollow you, and that's their prerogative. But your dreams are on the line here, and so is your future. And so I believe that it is very important to be consistent and to show up. The goal, your goal, write this down, 3 posts a day is your goal. And usually it's, I like to do a morning one. Usually people look at their phones in the morning before they get out of bed, and they do a little bit of a scroll. And if you're there and if you're consistent and you're showing up, you're going to be the go-to person for them. So I like to get a post out before 7 a.m. If I do not get that out, and I will have it planned out the night before in my head, I'll kind of know what I'm going to be doing, what I'm going to be sharing for the week. And you can plan that actually on Sunday nights. You can sit down and have a weekly social media strategy to where you're not it's like food prep. It's social media prep. Same idea. You're not having to come up with something spur of the moment when you're on your break at work. You can already have it in your head. Okay, today at 2 o'clock, I'm going to post this funny meme that I saw, and it's already in my camera roll. So it will only take me a second to post while I'm on my break at work. Done. Boom. You're good. So make sure that so I'll do one early. This works for my market, and you have to think of time zones as well. Then I'll do one in the afternoon, like when people are kind of getting bored at work, or they're on their lunch break, or they just kind of want to check out for a second and they want to go to social media. I'll usually do something kind of funny or engaging, or maybe about food at that point. And then in the evenings, when I'm going to do a more important post that I want more people to see or engage on, or a live video, I will try to do it around 4 to 5 o'clock at night. That is a really high traffic time. A lot of the moms that I market to are going to be waiting for their kids while they're playing sports, or maybe even driving in the car and they want to listen with their earbuds in if I'm doing a video or something like that. And then it gives it time to process and marinate almost throughout the evening, to where someone's commenting on it at 4 o'clock. It's going to keep popping up in people's news feeds, because there's going to be more engagement underneath it, and then it's going to stretch through the evening until 10 o'clock at night. So that's a really good time to post. So, and then too, if you feel like you don't go on social, think about when you're on. Think about when you're getting a lot of inbox messages or when you're seeing a lot of people on their phone, or whatever. Mark it to your lifestyle, where you're at. And so for me, I find if I post at 9 o'clock at night, it gets nothing because most people are settling in for bed or watching their favorite show and going straight to bed. They're not on their phones. So that's my strategy. So 3 posts a day is your goal. 2 to 3 posts a week, you're going to want to share about coaching, what the opportunity's done for you, why you love coaching, what you're excited about, how you're going to be going to Coach Summit and you get to travel with a group of girls that you can't wait to meet them in person, whatever those coaching posts look like for you that week. Or say you get a paycheck and you were able to pay your utility bill. What are you using your paychecks for? Those posts you need to do often. You may not get a lot of traction on those, but they need to be done so that you can create the story for people. They know what you're doing without you having to necessarily private message them. They can watch you. They can study you and see what you're about. And then 5 posts a week on your challenge groups, on your health and fitness. Sometimes I try to do 1 post a day. I have so much bubbling up inside of me that I'll usually share 1 post a day that it's somewhat in regards to eating clean or fitness or a challenger that's had success. I'll list some stats, or I'll do a Transformation Tuesday every week. It's those types of things that keep people knowing that you're serious about what you do, okay? There's also a branding video that will be in this training, so you can watch that and get an interest list going for yourself, so that as you have an interest list of things that you're about, things that you like to look at on social media, then you will have content to pull from to figure out what to post. So if you are someone who loves do-it-yourself, DIY projects, you're gonna share about those on your wall, or share a cute one that you saw that you wanted to make. You're gonna attract people that like DIY, and then you're gonna have like-minded people joining your team, which is the goal. So at least have 5 things on your interest list, and you can watch the branding video to figure more of that out, because when we all start as coaches, we usually have like 200 Facebook friends and we have no idea what we're about until you really sit down and brain dump, write a bunch of thoughts out, ask your loved ones, like, what do I love to talk about? What do I love to do? I don't even know. I'm a mom. Like, I'm busy doing laundry. That's it. You do have special things about you and special little tips and tricks that you can share with the world. So don't hold back on those. Be bold with those, because then you'll attract the people that you want to attract. So make sure your profile picture is smiling and happy. Make sure that it's not you and your sister, because then people aren't going to know which one is you, and you want to stand out so they recognize your face and they get a sense of knowing you. So you can, your photos, make sure that your photos are popping on social media. Write this down, it's called Pick, Tap, Go. 3 words. It's my favorite photo editing tool, but there are tons of them. You can even use the custom edit in Instagram, or use an Instagram filter, or use the iPhone filter, whatever you want to do, but try to keep it kind of the same feel, and just make sure that it's not dark, it's not blurry, it's not, you've cleaned your phone off to where you can, if you've talked on the phone, your makeup gets on the screen. So make sure to really clean your camera off before you take the picture, or it will look blurry. And use good lighting. Face the window. Make sure that your face is bright and light. Otherwise, you're just going to blend in with every other. You're going to be white noise, and you want to stand out. Okay? So you need to grab their attention, be eye-catching. Make sure too, when you're posting, that you're checking your grammar, checking your spelling, that you're not rushing through it, which I have done many, many times, and I've had a lot of errors in my post. Have me or your upline coach read through it really quick for you if it's a post you're nervous about. Have your spouse read through it and say, hey, can you read this and see if this is my message? Does this sound like me? Is this something that you feel like is there something I could add to this with my parts of my story? Really think about what you're doing when you're doing some of those more heartfelt posts. Some posts are just going to be like 1 sentence or a couple emojis and a funny meme. Doesn't have to be long posts every time. So space it out. Remember that people are usually on their phone. if you're gonna do one big bulk paragraph, people's eyes are gonna go crazy and cross-eyed and they're not gonna sit and read it. But if you want something to be read, make sure that it's its own little sentence. So you are, if it's a point that you really want to hit home, paragraph it, make its own sentence right there, and then, return down and make another paragraph below it. That way it's spaced out and people can read it quickly, easily. If you love emojis, use emojis. Do whatever you like. So, the more that you are yourself, the more people are going to feel that. They can feel energy through their phone. So if you are extremely grateful one day and you are just feeling so blessed for this coaching opportunity, for this health and fitness opportunity that you've been given, just who cares what you post? Even if you just posted 2 hours ago, just do a post right then and there when your heart is full. Go live on Instagram. Go live, do a story on Facebook or Instagram. Go live on Facebook. Just use the opportunity with the energy that you have in that moment instead of trying to schedule it out. And then by the time your scheduled live video is supposed to be Thursday at 3 o'clock, you may have zero motivation and maybe it was a crappy day. So take advantage of those moments when you're feeling that fire in your belly.